Hi friends, today I am going to explain how to create the Amazon ec2 instance in AWS cloud. Okay, so in order to create Amazon ec2 instance, first log into aws.amazon.com. So once you click on this website, you will get this screen and click on sign into the console. Okay, so and it is always a best practice to use the IAM user. You should not use the root account in order to log in into your AWS account as a security practice. Okay, so log into your AWS account. Okay, and enter your username and enter your password. So I am using my IAM admin user in order to log in into my AWS account. So once you log in into your AWS account, okay, so it is very important that you need to check in which region you are creating. Okay, so you are living in what is the nearest region to you, whether you are living in which country and what is the nearest region to you, you need to select that region. Why? Because in order to reduce the latency, we are selecting this particular region. So next, in order to create the ec2 instance, we have different departments in AWS. So we get this ec2 instance in compute section. Okay, you need to click on compute, and on the right side you will see ec2. Okay, ec2 is nothing but elastic compute cloud. So that means you can create the virtual servers whatever you require, whether you require Windows server, whether you require Linux server, whether you require Mac OS server, you can launch the virtual servers in the cloud. Okay, so now this is the dashboard of the here. Once you get this screen, and there are different steps are there in creation of ec2 instance. Okay, so here you can see here there are seven steps are there. Okay, so here in the first step you need to choose the what is the AMIs, that is what is the Amazon machine image, that is what is the operating system you are going to choose. So there on the left side you have three types are there. My AMIs, suppose if you have your own operating system or if your company has developed its own operating system, you can upload it and you can create your own virtual servers. So that is called as my AMIs. And next we have like AWS marketplace is there. So in AWS marketplace you can get the operating system from different vendors, like different companies, where it comes with the operating system plus the software which is required for developing your application. So when you see here AWS marketplace, you can see here infrastructure software is there, DevOps is there, business application is there, machine learning, IoT and industries. Suppose whatever the work you are doing, suppose if you are working on DevOps and if you want to have the operating systems with some softwares installed in it, so see here, if you want WordPress to be installed in that operating system, so it comes with that. Suppose if you want to have a LAMP stack, so you can select that one. Suppose if you are in networking and you want some Palo Alto network software, you can select the operating system with Palo Alto. See here it is Linux Amazon AMI image. Okay, that is Amazon operating system. So see here there are different things are there. So there are different also there, free tier eligible is there, paid version is there. Okay, so that is AWS marketplace. That means you can buy the operating system plus software which is required for developing your applications. Next we have like community AMIs. So community AMIs means operating system provided by different companies, like we have like in Linux we have different flavors. So Amazon is having its own operating system which is called as Amazon Linux. Next we have from CentOS which is called as CentOS OS. Next we have Debian flavor, Fedora, which are all Linux flavors, Gentoo, OpenSUSE and other Linux. We have Red Hat, SUSE Linux and Ubuntu. So these are all the flavors of Linux. And next we have Windows, and next we have Mac OS. So these are the operating systems which are provided by the respective companies. So as a quick start, I am selecting in quick start you can easily see here free tier eligibles are there, paid versions are there. Free tier eligible means Amazon is providing the free tier account for students for certain period of time. Like certain period of time means like for each service it has some hours restriction. Like it will provide you free for certain like 750 hours. For EC2 instance it is providing 750 hours. Okay, after that you will be charged at a standard rate. If you are crossing the 750 hours of free tier limit, then you will be charged. Okay, it is not free forever. So if you are subscribing as a student account and if you are using EC2 instance more than 750 hours, then you will be charged at a standard rate. So here I am selecting the Amazon Linux, which is free tier eligible. I am selecting this one. And after this, next important step is like choose instance type. So we have different instance types are there. Here it is a very important configuration. Here we are going to select the how many virtual CPUs are there and what is the RAM. So what is the memory you are going to use and what is the network performance you are going to use for this EC2 instance. So we have different types of instance types are there. See here if you want like you can create large number of like very high configuration server also there, 36 core CPU and 60 GB RAM. And we have lot of instance types are there. Basing upon the application you need to choose it. See here, this is a very large, say compute optimized 96 core CPU and 192 GB RAM, and its network performance is 90 gigabytes and it is EBS only. That is what type of hard disk? Okay, elastic block storage only. So in this way you need to select the instance type. So presently I am selecting this T2.micro, which is free tier eligible. Next I am clicking on configure instance details. So here in this section it is very important, like all configurations, like how many instances you require, like how many servers you require with the same configuration you need to mention here. It is as one. And next another one is purchasing options. So we in AWS we have like different types of instances are there: on-demand instance, spot instance, and reserved instance. So on-demand instance means we can create the instance at any time and we can delete the instance at any time. That is called the on-demand instances. Okay, spot instances are nothing but AWS will bid some price. It will fix some price for the instances like 0.34 cents per hour. So when you click on this, see here in Mumbai region AWS fixed the current price 0.003 cents per hour. So when you bid above this price, like if you bid like 0.0039 cents per hour, then you will be then spot instances will be running in your account. So we should use spot instances only for testing purpose and POC purpose. You should not use spot instances for production environment. Why? Because whenever your bid price is lower than the whatever the AWS price, the spot instances will going to shut down. Okay, so that is very important. You don't need to you should use spot instances only for testing purpose. And next networking we have. So we are launching in the default network presently. So this is for practice purpose, but in real time scenario you need to launch your resources in the custom VPC. Okay, you should not launch your resources in the default VPC. So this is the network. And what is the subnet preference? I do not have any subnet preference. And auto assign public IP, I'm not giving anything. So like if you want to assign the public IP, then you need to click on enable this option. Okay, then it will assign the public IP for you, static public IP for you. And next, see here DNS host name. So we are allocating IPv4 address to this EC2 instance, and remaining we need to keep it all it as. So this is very important, like advanced details. Suppose if you want to install any softwares while creating the instance only, then you need to mention you need to write the user data script, which is nothing but a shell script. Okay, in advanced detail section you need to mention the user data script. Okay, so this is one of the important step in creation of EC2 instance in configure instance section. After that, click on add storage. So here add storage is nothing but you are adding the hard disk. So previously what you have selected, first step you have selected the operating system. In the second step you have selected the how much virtual core CPU and the what is the RAM size. Okay, and next in the third step you configured all the steps, in which network you are launching, how many servers you require, if you want to install any software or not. Now in fourth step you are attaching the hard disk, sorry, you are attaching the hard disk. Okay, so root size is 8 GB. So by default whenever you are trying to create any EC2 instance in AWS, it will allocate 8 GB. And volume type is SSD hard disk. So we have different types of hard disks are there. Magnetic hard disk is there, SSD hard disk is there. So magnetic hard disk is cheaper storage, but SSD hard disk is costly, but SSD hard disk speed is very high, that is input output operations per second is very high, so it is fast. So it is suggestible to use the SSD hard disk. And input output operations per second is 100. Okay, 100 input output operations per second, that is it can write 100 input output operations per second. And next here delete on termination means whenever you delete the instance, this hard disk will also be deleted. But in real time scenario, whenever you are working in the real time environment, you should uncheck this box. Why? Because whenever you are deleting the instance, your hard disk should not be deleted. Why? Because your data should be there. Okay, so this is a very important step you need to remember in mind while creating the ec2 instance. Okay, next click on add tags. So here tags are nothing but nicknames. Suppose if you have 100 servers and if this server is very important to you, then you need to keep the tags. So this plays a major role when you are doing the deployments, then you can add the tags. Okay, and tags are very limited. For each account we have only limited to 50 tags, maximum of 50 tags. Next, click on configure security group. So this is very important step, like you need to know you are allowing which traffic and you are restricting which traffic to access your EC2 instance. That will be provided in this security group. So security group will act as a firewall to your EC2 instance. Okay, so you can create a new security group and select an existing security group. By default you will have a default security group for your account when you create the AWS account. So see here, this is the default security group ID. You can select the one, or you can create a new security group. Here you can create it as like your wish. You can enter any name. So I'm mentioning today 23012022. So this is the security group name. And what is the description? Launch wizard 1 created on one time, and type is SSH, protocol is TCP, port range is 22, and custom. So here anywhere. So you will receive the traffic from anywhere means from all the sources. You can able to reach the internet also. So if you want to access this EC2 instance, you need to provide the SSH port number 22 and the source is anywhere. Okay, and now click on review and launch. And next last step is, before creating you need to check all the steps whether you have configured correctly or not. Click on launch. So now here you need to create a key pair. Why? Because in order to access the EC2 instance we need to have a key pair. So we are using the RSA algorithm in order to create a key pair. So now see here, I am creating a new key pair. So I am providing the name as today 23012022. Okay, now I am going to download the key pair. Okay, now see here I have successfully created the key pair, so which is in the PEM format, so which is useful for accessing the EC2 instance from our local system. Okay, now click on launch instance. So it will approximately take like 30 seconds in order to launch your EC2 instance. Now scroll down and click on view instance. So now AWS will take approximately like 30 seconds in order to launch your instance, or sometimes it will launch very fastly. So basing upon your server configuration it will take time. Okay, So now see here, I'm refreshing every time, so you can see. So instance ID, so instance type, status check, alarm, okay, availability zone, in which availability zone it has been created. It has been created in AP-South-1B, and what is public DNS name. So everything it will be given. Okay, now see here, now my instance is up and running. When you select this instance, you can know its complete information here. So details, what is instance ID, public IPv4, private IPv4, this is IP address. Now instance state is running, you can see its health status. So you can know all the information. What is the host name, you will get all this information, VPC ID, everything you can able to understand. What is the key pair name attached to this EC2 instance, you can know complete information here. If you want, what is the security group assigned with this, you can see here security groups, and what is the inbound rules, so you can see here, and what is the networking attached to it. Okay, public IPv4, private IPv address, VPC ID, every information you have regarding the network. Okay, so in this way you can see the, and what is the storage, what is the hard disk, EBS root volume, so what is the size of volume. Okay, so in this way you can able to check all the information regarding the EC2 instance. So this is a way of launching EC2 instance in the Amazon Web Services, that is AWS cloud. So thank you everyone. If you have any questions, please ping me in the comment section. Thank you everyone.